Hey everyone, welcome to episode 252. I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know what this day is about. I don't know what this show is going to be about. I don't know, Keek.
Yeah, I understand.
I thought that I was going to be kind of on a staycation with the man that I'm currently dating.
Yeah, how'd that work out? Not so great. No. Oh, that's right. Because he was like going to be on vacation and you guys were going to spend some time together. And then when the staycation came around, he was like, I think it's going to be a solo staycation.
All I can do is look at you and nod.
I feel like you keep picking, like they always say, subconsciously it's crazy how we pick people that we find out way later have all this stuff that like is, not good for us. But also you seem to be gravitated towards the guys that are either love bombers or they want, they present like wanting to be in a relationship. And then when you decide to be, solo, they're like, you know what? I just don't think I have the time to give you what you need. What the fuck?
I think I'm also dating at a time where these guys have midlife crises. So they're like, now they're deciding that at 51 and 53.
Yeah.
Tomato. I think that they're deciding like, I need this relationship. I want this relationship. I'm at this point in my life where I want this fulfillment, and they're like all in.
Looks good on paper.
And then they meet a high quality woman who's like, hi, show up and I've got my shit together and let's go. And they're like, oh my
wait,
God.
no. Did I say that I wanted
phone it in.
like somebody who has their shit together and have like a serious relationship? No, what I meant to say was I want someone to bang every now and then or to hang out with and go to the movies with while I just have my own life and I don't have to like tend to you or text you or.
Well, I don't think it's that harsh.
But like when people. Like when they realize what's expected in a real relationship, like showing up every now and then and maybe just responding to the occasional text and saying, how are you? Like there's a happy medium between love bombing and just being an absentee partner. Like
this guy always responded to texts and everything like that. I truly think that like his job is super stressful.
Blah,
he
blah,
blah,
blah, blah, blah.
No. I'm not, because I don't want to be in it. What I'm saying is, sometimes you don't know what you want until you get into something.
For sure.
How many times have you started something and then you go, "Oh yeah, this isn't what
Never.
I thought." Whatever it is, whatever. Never. Whatever task
yes,
it is.
I agree.
So anyway,
but also, like, come on. If you're in your 50s, you've been in a relationship, you know what it's like. And so for people, for this whole, I think for me, the whole, my job is really stressful. I just don't have time for a relationship. Yeah. I get that, but then why are you on the dating sites? Do you know how much work it takes to be on a dating site? So that's why I call bullshit, because being on a dating site is a full-time fucking job. So the fact that like now they get to be off the dating site, do considerably less work, just check in with someone every now and then and maybe schedule a date. Like once a week, once every other week. Like it's not like you're not getting married, just like, maybe a lunch date or a coffee date or what. But so for me, the whole like, you know what? I just now realized how stressful my job is. And I just don't think I can handle the emotional bandwidth of occasionally talking to somebody on the phone or maybe sharing a meal. Like, I know I have to eat. Yes. Do I eat in my regular life? Yes. But having someone sit opposite me and having to carry on a conversation just seems so stressful. I call bullshit on that.
There's that. Well,
lame.
Whatever.
Lame.
You move through. Then I have a 40-year-old man that seems to be interested in me, and he's kind of like, and I'm like, dude, you know how old I am, right? He's like, yeah, I know how old you are. I'm like, okay. So like yesterday, he said, I really would like to meet you. Are you up? Do you have time this week? And I'm like, yeah, I got time this week.
As a matter of fact, I just,
got a lot of time.
Freed up a whole bunch of time.
So, yep. So he says, okay, can you meet tonight? And I said, I have an appointment till 6:30, work till 6:30. And then, I can probably be somewhere by 7. He read it, no response. I'm like, okay, well, he's at work too. So I send him a text saying, hey, I'm going out with my client. Let's try for another time then. Crickets, nothing. I'm like, well, you asked me out and then you don't even respond.
That shows
like,
you how
yeah,
many
like
people
that.
he's throwing that line out to. Can you meet at 7? The first one, literally the first one that responded.
6:30, 6:35, 6:45, 6:55, 6:55, 7:15.
Yeah,
Sold, 7:15.
you waited too long. God damn you. You're like, okay.
No, I actually
No, I know,
responded
but
right
it's
away.
like, okay, ADHD poster child. Like,
And then this happened for the first time in
ooh.
dating. Because I met this
Also, can
another
we
guy
just
on
pause for
Thursday.
one moment to say that now 40, you're looking at 40 and going, do you know how old I am? Whereas before we'd have like the guys that were in their 20s and 30s and wanting to date us, and we'd be like, no. Now you're looking at 40 going, okay, cradle robber.
Well, because I know that with 40 comes little kids too.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, I'm still sifting through and entertaining. I
Yeah.
mean, whatever. It's not like I'm walking down the aisle with this
As
guy.
you say,
So
you ain't letting no grass grow.
Right. So I'm supposed to meet. I talked to this guy on Thursday, text wise. He wants to meet me as soon as possible. You know, just as the moving
As
it
soon
along,
as
right?
possible. I'm
And
dying and I need to meet you
well,
tomorrow.
it's
I'm dying in a month
dying,
and I only have until. Can you meet me at 7?
yeah, no. So, you know, I usually like to meet someone for a meet and greet in a relatively quiet place so you can actually talk to them and
Yeah.
get to know them. And he's like, but that, you know, the World Series is on tonight. So, you know, whatever. Are you available on Friday after 7 or Sunday? And I'm like, either one, but can we talk on the phone? So Friday afternoon at 1:30, we get on a call. I know he's at work. I'm trying to be conscientious of the fact that he's at work. And for like 5 minutes, we're going around about like, is it Friday or is it Sunday? What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? La, 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 la. And finally, I'm laughing and I go, hey, why don't we just cut to the chase? Do you want to see me tonight? And he's like, yeah. I go, great. I'd like to see you tonight. So where is a place that we can meet halfway? And we're kind of going back and forth and he's kind of hemming and hawing. And I'm like, well, there's this place called Real Time. Do you want to go there? Yeah, that's good. He says, okay, I will keep you updated as the afternoon goes on. It gets closer because it's
Oh,
probably going to
timing
be
for
around
timing.
6 or
Yeah.
6:30.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll let you know when I'm going to be there. Depending on how late it is from work, sometimes I have my work truck, so I may have to Uber. So that because you know you can't take your work truck to get drunk, right? So or drink or whatever. Like I get
Not
it.
a good look. Not a good look. People do, but
but
not a good look.
yeah, people do. So it's at like 4 o'clock. He sends me a message and says, "Have you met many people off of this site? Just curious." And I'm like, "Not particularly. You're like the third person."
Is it a new
I
site
meet."
for you?
Nothing. No, but it's just I just don't usually gravitate to
Oh,
the people
okay.
on that site. It's a
Got it,
free
got it,
site.
got it.
It's
Yeah,
free.
yeah, yeah.
It's plenty of fish, and I call it plenty
Oh,
of
yeah,
fakes
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
the
yeah.
majority of it's a pretty it's spotty. It's spotty at best. So 6 o'clock comes, 6:30 comes. I'm not getting any texts, and I was like slowly getting ready because I'm like something's
Yeah.
not feeling good. 7:15, I call him because the game started at 7, and at 7:15 I call him and I go, did I misunderstand? Was I just supposed to meet you there at 7 or like, you know, what's up? He texts me back and he says, I'm actually going to read this because this is really good. He texts me back and says he just got done with work and that he's sorry that he's leaving. And a second, it's actually just too good not to read. All right. He says, my apologies. I was stuck at work last minute, just got off from a work site. You were sharing places you were interested in earlier. I'm probably going to park my work vehicle and Uber not too far from home, but there's no punctuation. And I can't figure out if he's saying he's going to Uber because the place that we decided isn't too far from home.
He's going to stay
he's gonna
close
go
to
someplace
home.
close to
Yeah,
his
so he
house.
can get rip roaring drunk and not have to pay for an expensive Uber.
So I say, can you call me? Because
Yeah,
that's a
I'm not.
reasonable thing
I'm
when
not
you
understanding. Are
ask
we
someone.
postponing? Or are you wanting? Are you asking if I can come closer? Like I don't understand what you're saying.
And I was if he called me, I'd get clarification, but I was also gonna offer to change locations if it would be better suited for him, because out
Yeah,
of
yeah.
courtesy, right? The guy talked to me for 15 minutes on the phone. That's it, and some texting. 15 minutes later, he thumbs it up, says, just got home and jumping in the shower. I'll call you in a few. I give it the thumbs up. 45 minutes
Well,
later.
maybe he was jerking off in the shower
I know.
in anticipation of his hot date.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that's what it was. He says, I know you wanted a quiet spot, but I think I'm going to go on over to a sports bar on Barrington Road. I said, do you want to still meet up with me? He says, I'm probably not going over to real time. What I never got was any compromise. That's fine, but dialogue between both people is key, laugh out loud. I get you're used to being in charge and all, but I'm good. Gonna sit here at my bar in Streamwood, close to home since I had to Uber here.
What the fuck?
What?
Who? You realize you're talking
said,
to Gerk, right? Like, how many people are you texting? We went back and forth trying to pick a place.
I said, that's why I wanted to talk to you, because conversation is better through a call and not text. To offer to meet someplace better suited for you since you were going to have to Uber. Disappointed that you didn't call me. We could have avoided any misunderstanding. I couldn't agree more that dialogue between both people is key. I wasn't trying to be in charge of anything. I just suggested that place because I knew of it. I could care less where we went. I figured if we were going to watch the game, it would be noisy. That was cool. I was just looking for an opportunity to get to know you and that we could hang out. I didn't think he would respond, right? He says, I know the dating game, and automatically I knew he was triggered. I automatically knew. I know the dating game, man. He says, when you felt the need to push a plan while I was still contemplating, that told me you're more of a person that likes their way, exclamation point. That's fine, exclamation point. But I'm an adult and working adult, and my input is always going to be on the table, laughing face. Yes, we laughed, but I'm sure that's your personality. Bossy. My day was longer than I expected, and I wasn't driving, and going to Uber told me to stay close to home. You seem very nice. I'm like, where the fuck did that sentence come from? Then, honestly, you didn't come off like the person that would meet me anywhere. You were rushing me, 3 exclamation points, and you wanted to decide where we met, laugh out loud. That's cool, but it should have been discussed. I thought we were discussing it on the call, and you didn't know.
And
what the
also,
fuck
when
you
you're
wanted to
dressing
do,
somebody
and
down,
just
I mean,
being
like,
supportive.
listen, I'm a hypocrite, so I've probably done this myself. But when you're dressing somebody down and you're being kind of shitty and calling somebody out by continuing to add LOLs and laughing emojis, it comes across as very fucking passive aggressive. Like, oh, this is just lighthearted. I'm not trying to be a dick or anything, but ha ha ha, laugh out loud. You're a bossy,
Haha, let
you're a
me throw all
bossy
these
bitch.
exclamation
Yeah, you're a
points.
bossy bitch. Laugh out loud.
He says, I'm out for a while, at least for the rest of this game. And I'm like, because you think I'm going to respond to this? And the very next night, I go out with another man who's like, I like how strong you are. I like that you know what you want. I like that you're articulate. I like that you're this. I like that you're that. And I'm like, okay, I mean, it's just different strokes for different folks. And I can be, I mean, I joke that I'm subtly bossy, but I'm genuinely a person that cares about other people, as you know.
No,
and
you
would be inclusive.
You have
like,
no fucks
that
to give
doesn't-
about anybody else's feelings. It's how you've always been.
So insensitive. So, insensitive. Okay, so keep plodding along.
Yeah.
That's all. All right. And honestly,
I mean, listen, you know me. I love the dating fails more than I love the wins because it really
well, that's all I'm getting
it
right
really
now, so
gives
enjoy.
a lot of content. So, I love that for me. I love
I'm
that
so
for
glad.
me. Wait, what did he
I'm so
look
glad
like?
that I could
Yeah.
cute. Tall, dark.
It's too bad
handsome.
you're so bossy.
Just a dude.
A dumb dude. Well, that just goes to show you stay away from Plenty of Fish. Nothing good can come out of Plenty of Fish. Nothing good comes out of a dating site. And listen, I was on Plenty of Fish too because I was a cheap bitch, and I was like, I don't have the money to be on all of these sites. They were expensive. I did Match.com, but like I couldn't do multiple paid ones. But yeah, Plenty of Fish I just felt like was also a super lame one if I remember correctly.
It is, but what's crazy too is I'll do like Facebook dating and Plenty of Fish because I'll do the free versions. I mean, Facebook is free, and I've met people off of them more readily than Match. And Match was like, I only doing 1 month because I don't want to be roped in. So it was a week ago Monday that I got back on Match and paid my little shekels, which is again a lot of money, right?
What is it now? I think
And
when
it
I
was
was
in the
on it, it
first
was like,
day,
yeah, I was going to say
$40
when I
for a
was on it, it
month.
was 35. So it hasn't really gone up that much. I mean, that was 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah, but it's still a
It's
lot.
a
It's a
lot.
lot. So maybe that first day I had like 50 guys to look through. I'll say 50 guys. And I plowed through them
But then when you
because
get
I
to the
wasn't seeing
end, you're
anything I
like,
liked.
well, now what? I didn't get any out of dates out of those. And now I'm spending
So then,
$35, $40 a month just waiting for new people to sign up. Like, this is lame.
right. So then it says, then they put up that little record that says, more coming, maybe change your parameters. And I'm like, for what? People that I don't really want at all? Like my parameters are pretty open. Male with a heartbeat between the ages of like 45 and 65. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
like I'm not pigeonholed anything. And the next 2 days I would get one or two people
Yeah.
and that was it. So in Illinois, they have a cool down period. You get 3 days, you can cancel subscription because Match will tell you, they'll all tell you that there's no refunds unless you're in a state that allows that. And so on that third day, I'm like, fuck this.
Out.
I'm
Yeah.
already not, it's day 3 and I'm not getting anybody. I'm getting more people in my,
Yeah.
what I like on
Yeah.
Facebook dating. So anyway,
What about
to be
eHarmony? That one
continued.
was expensive, but did you ever go? I never did. I never did
hated
eHarmony.
eHarmony. I did it also did that for like a month. And I think that's just like
Mm.
clickbait or you know what I mean? It's like, look, we have people that are really interested because they took 45 minutes to fill out this app and they're the same dudes that like
Yeah.
are on Plenty of
Yeah.
Fish.
Okay.
So anyway, how are things going in movie land? Did you find a
Not
chicken?
yet. Almost. I'm narrowing in on a chicken. We kind of went on all in on the chicken since it's our, our logo. So I kind of have to find a chicken. But also, just before we started, I got the budget that's like 10,000 over what we actually have the money for. So I
Oh
have a meeting
no.
with them later to be like, is this what it really is? Because we're less than 2 weeks away from our shoot, and I have absolutely no idea what we're doing. I'm still having a hard time getting the director to land
How's
on
the
casting.
fundraising
The
going?
fundraising is actually going really well. We're almost halfway
Good.
to our goal. Little did I know that goal was not going to be
Tell
enough.
people, tell our listeners.
So
Oh,
it'll be enough. It'll be fine. It's going to be great. So yes, so my page is on seedandspark.com. The film is yes, and if you do a
SEEDANDSPARK.com.
search, it's the film is called Eaton, Eaton, Alive. And so if you're so inclined and you want to contribute, or if you can't contribute but you just want to follow the progress, you can follow our progress on that page. And so yeah, so I have a production meeting later today. Because I have no idea what we're doing, which is fine because I'm told that like I'm just need to stay in my acting lane and not stress about the production stuff, but I'm a little bit stressed about the production stuff. And also like I feel bad because some
Understandably.
people are donating their time and some people are, wanting to be paid, and that's fine. Obviously, people need to be paid, but is that going to be weird on set that like some people are like, well, I donated my time. Why are you? Did they have the money to pay you? And it's like, well, no, we didn't really have the money to pay anybody, but we actually needed to get it done. We have to get
But
it done.
we have to get, yeah,
So
exactly.
yes,
Yeah.
some people are being paid. So I don't know. I need to have a better idea. I think I'll have a better idea because I'm a little bit stressed. And also the director, who's amazing, I gave him an out a couple of weeks ago to be like, dude, you are so freaking busy that if you can't do this, it's fine. You just got to let me find somebody else, like, while I have time to do it. No.
Yeah.
You're not bothering me. I know I'm busy, but we're going to get this done. So, because I keep saying to him, we really need to go through the script because I'm getting the inkling that he wants to change some stuff or make some changes or cut it down. And I was like, yeah, we can cut it down, but we're not cutting it down.
Who wrote the script?
I did with my friend. Like I originally went to my friend Kovar, who's amazing and really funny, and he did a first pass at it. And then the more we talked about it, he was like, you have to write this with me because this isn't my experience. It's your story. And I was like, I'm not a writer. And then we started writing
Right.
it together. And I was like, oh shit, I did come up with some funny stuff.
You are a writer. We wrote a whole
We
play
wrote a
together.
screenplay together that went nowhere. And also,
because we didn't do anything with it, not because we couldn't write
We
it.
did
We
write it. That's
did
true.
write it,
Um,
and we showcased
yes,
it.
that's true.
And
I forgot about that. I had all those copies and they
yeah,
burned.
hello.
I don't have them anymore.
Yeah, that would.
But the
I'll send you one.
But so he kept pushing, the director kept pushing and pushing for it to be better, and that's great, and funnier, whatever, louder, faster, funnier. But then we finally got one, and I'm like, have you read it? Because it just takes him forever to give notes. And so there's a production meeting that goes on with the director and the producers, and I said, how'd it go, whatever, and we're all texting. And he said, yeah, do you have a house, like a neighbor's house or whatever? So he starts describing a location that he is hoping for. And I was like, what scene are you talking about? Like, there is no scene in a house. And he said, oh, it's one that I'm writing. And I was like, wait a minute, are you doing rewrites? Well, no, not yet, but I have some ideas. And I was like, okay, cool. Are we going to talk about said rewrites? So now we're less than 2 weeks before, and he hasn't done them yet. And I've been harassing him to say, like, can we sit down and go through the script so I know what changes? Like, I don't want to micromanage or be, overbearing, because I'm a first-time filmmaker, but also I kind of feel like I should know what we're filming in 2 weeks, because I'm pulling favors too. And I had to stop my prop master friend from going through the script and pulling props, because I'm like, I don't even know if the script isn't locked. So like, I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah, it's
Wow.
It's a little crazy making, but I did hear from a bunch of people this morning.
How long is the shoot?
2 days. It's 2 days. It's just a weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And
how long do you anticipate the film to be?
well, the script as it stands is probably about, because the if I remember correctly, the algorithm is really about a minute a page. So if it's a minute a page, we're at about 14 minutes, which I think could be cut down, because he works really fast, and the short films that he's done in the past, were shorter. We're like 5 to 7.5 minutes. And I'm like, well, we ain't going to cut it to 5. Like, I can guarantee you that right now. But I mean, we could probably cut it down to 10.
Can you really get out? I mean, I've seen silent films that have been super impactful at 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Because there's no dialogue and it's music and, moving. But I don't know that you in 5 minutes.
No, his style is very fast paced. So I understand what he's going for. But I also am like, I think there's a little bit of a difference between the script that's written and your style. Like, there's a happy medium there. So I don't know. I need to try to nail him down, because I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing or who we still need. I just looked at the budget though, and there's seems to be a lot of crew members on there that are being paid. So I'm like, I don't know where I'm going to get that money from. It'll be fine. Whatever. Because even if we get to our goal,
sure,
the budget now is like $10,000 over that. So I was like, okay, you guys, we got to rein this in.
Well, what is a budget for a 15-minute
Well,
film?
it could be anything. Like the Ashes to Films grantees, there was a big fundraising gala, which was a whole crazy thing, because we went to upstate New York to visit Dylan at school. And I got to tell you, it was like a fucking Hallmark movie. I wasn't even thinking about the fact that it was going to be fall. We were just going to go see him and watch a hockey game, but I forgot that it was going to be fall.
Yeah.
And my son even said, like, no, you guys are lucky. Usually the weather is shit by now, but our fall is lasting a really long time this year. So it was beautiful.
Here, right.
And like, we found a harvest festival to go to. And I was like, I feel like I'm walking in a Hallmark movie. This is ridiculous. Yeah. So, and nothing like here. Like here, the harvest festivals are so like, we're going to pretend that it's fall and we have all these things. And here's some a corn maze and whatever. And there's lines and just hordes of people and so crowded and so irritating. This was like hardly anybody. It was lovely. It was so amazing. So anyway, we get back from of course, the big gala that they wanted all the grantees to go to so they could trot us out like show ponies and raise money, and was the Sunday that we got back. And for some reason, I was thinking we got back earlier in the day, but our flight actually was supposed to land at 5:30. Gala was in Hollywood at 7. We're in LAX. The flight's a little bit delayed, so we don't land until 6. And I was like, it's fine. The gala's at 7. The cocktail hour is from 7 to 8. So I was like, it's fine. But also we didn't have anything to wear. So while we were in Rochester, we had to go to the Macy's and find something to wear because I don't own anything. And before, yeah.
You and Jude?
Yeah.
Jude
Before
went
we
with you, yeah.
left, we threw a couple of things in the car that we could wear, but he couldn't find like a sport coat. He didn't have shoes. He couldn't find any of his shoes. I'm like, what did you do with it all? I don't know. It's under the RV somewhere. I had everything organized, but we just forgot about it. And then
you're living out of an
I have
RV.
all of our like other stuff, clothes organized underneath in bins, but I'm like, where's your bin? Where did you put it? I don't know. Okay. And one side of the RV is like up against our neighbor's property, which is a couple of feet below ours. So it's kind of like rappelling. Now to get to those containers, you have to like hold on to the side of the RV because the gravel, we built it up a little bit, but the gravel slopes down. It's very irritating. So it was like rappelling off the side of the RV just to get to my bins, to grab a winter coat to, because it was going to be cold.
Yeah.
So finding the clothes was tough. So I was like, okay, well, I have a top to wear, but I'm going to need pants for this. We're going to have to go shopping. We have some stuff in the car because we knew we'd have to change in the car.
Yeah.
So when we get back, we get lucky because we're a half an hour late, but like the shuttle to our parking pulls right up. Great. And then we come in and the guy goes,
good.
oh, that elevator isn't working. You'll have to go to the elevator on the other side. Okay. So we go to the other side, but we're like, this elevator just goes up to the second floor. We're on like the fifth floor. Where's the elevator? So then we come walking back and we're like, there is no other elevator. So we had to walk. We walked because we didn't have time to like find the elevator. We walked up the 5. So now we're like sweaty. We just wasted 20 minutes. We're all like sweaty and gross and irritated. And at that point, I didn't give a fuck. I was going to change in the car, but I looked around. I'm like, I don't know if there's cameras, but at this point, I don't care. I'm like pulling my clothes off and putting my dress on. And my dude's like cursing and irritated and sweaty because he didn't have space in the car to bend over to put his shoes on. It was a hot fucking mess, but we get there and it was fine.
Yeah.
It was
really fun.
Fine.
It sounds super chill and a nice way to go enter
and we were
an event
exhausted. We were exhausted.
Involved
So we go to the event and the event was fine. It was really funny. Pete Lee was hosting it. Pete Lee lost his house in the Palisades. He's a famous comedian I hadn't heard of, but he was hilarious. And he had a clip that went viral because he was waiting. He had booked a gig on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon because he is friends with Jimmy Fallon and he was supposed to be going on the Tonight Show. And the night before, as he was in New York, realizing that, watching the fires going, oh man, this would suck for those people who this is how they're finding out that their house burned down. And that's how he ended up finding out that his house burned down, was watching the news in New York in a bar waiting to go on the Tonight Show the next night. So his appearance actually went viral and because, he talked about it. Yeah.
I think I saw that.
So he hosted and he was really funny, but I was talking to some of the other grantees and I think some of that, like, I don't know I didn't really ask around as far as what other people's budget are, but I was talking to another gal who has a short that's similar to mine. She's a, mom about losing her mind or whatever. And she's doing a SAG contract, but hers is an SPA contract. So it's not even the micro budget that I'm doing, which you have to be 20,000 or under to qualify for a micro budget. She's not even doing the ultra low budget. She's doing the SPA. I want to say that's modified. So she's doing like 2 above that. So she probably has more of a budget. So the budget, it really depends. You could do a short film for $5,000 if you wanted to. Like, it's just about the quality and who are you paying? And if I had all of these actors, if I was doing all deferred, that would make my life a lot easier too. But some of the actors that we're getting, that are coming through the casting director, we have to offer them some sort of money. So yeah, I don't know. At the moment, it's a hot mess. Okay. We'll see.
Well, and exciting. Also, you'll have your meeting today. It's all good. I buried
the lead because this ain't coffee. This is chicken broth because tomorrow's the big day. It's colonoscopy day.
Yeah. You having colonoscopy?
Yeah.
What? I'm so used to you pooping.
I know.
In a box.
Apparently, when my gynecologist, who does my annual physicals, retired, and I got the new gynecologist, and the new gynecologist was like, I don't do annual physicals. You have to go to your GP for that. Psst. Well, whatever. A lot.
A lot
of gynecologists do.
Yeah.
So, but I got one that was all like, follow the rules, blah, blah, blah. So I went to the GP I had to find one and went to the SAG clinic and found a GP and did my annual. And she was like, Okay, so you need a colonoscopy. And I said, well, usually I just do the poop in the box and that's good for 5 years. And she was like, nope, it's good for 2. But my gynecologist, and she just interrupted and was like, and that's why gynecologists shouldn't do your annual physicals, because that is actually not correct. If you do the Cologuard and you poop in a box, you have to do it every other year because it's not as accurate. But if you go and just do a colonoscopy and rip the Band-Aid off, you got 10 years and then you don't have to do another one. I was like, oh, what?
It's not, you know what? And if you want to, you know that this
It's
is
your
like
thing.
my
Yeah,
area of
all things poop.
expertise. Well, and this can be a PSA. I mean, this is a teaching moment, perhaps, because I walked
You
Bunny
did.
through hers,
Yeah.
her colonoscopy.
But she
I
was
walked many
freaking
people
out.
through hers.
She came on our show and talked about it, and she
She had put plastic all over
she
her
thought
furniture.
she was just going to be projectile shitting when she took the poop juice.
Yeah, she put
Yeah,
plastic.
she was
on her
terrified
furniture
that she
and
was just
everything,
going to be
'cause she thought she
leaking
was
shit.
gonna, yeah.
I'm not worried about that. I'm just not looking forward
That
to the
doesn't.
poop juice. But also, my sister was like, I wasn't up all night shitting. And I said, you weren't? And she was like, no. I did the cocktail at 3, and then I did the one at like 11:30. Although it says 6 at 11:30 or 3 at 11:30, but I'm like, what? I don't want to wait up until 11:30. Can't I just do it at 11 or 10:30?
You could, I mean, I wouldn't push it much more than 10:30. So there's the first round of getting that.
Yeah, can I
eliminated,
start
and then
that
the
one at
second
like
round is
2?
pretty much
Do I have to
out
wait until
with it.
3? Can I start it at 2 so I can do the other one at 10:30?
What time is the colonoscopy?
7:30.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
really early. Um, you
I mean, I'll
could.
follow the rules. I'll just
You
do what
just.
they tell me to do. But
I mean, the thing is that they just need your colon clean, and it's just, if you were telling me that your colonoscopy wasn't until like 11:30, I'd be like, follow their timeline. But
yeah,
at
can I
7:30,
start it at
it's
like
really
I'll be
not a
home
big
by
deal.
2:30. I'm going to go into work this morning, but I'm like I feel like I should be able to start it at 2:30 and then do the next one at 10:30. Because my dude was like, "Oh man, I was up all night.
Yeah,
You're up all night shitting, blah blah blah." But so I thought that's what it was.
it
And my
just
little sister was
depends.
like, "What? No, I didn't." And so I said to my dude, because we were in New York 3 days before when you're supposed to start the low fiber diet. We were in New York on Sunday, and I was like, okay, so I'm doing the low fiber diet. And he was like, what? I didn't have to do that. Okay. And that's why you were up all night shitting.
That's why he was up all night.
Because
That's
you
exactly
don't
why he
follow
was
the
up all
rules,
night.
man.
Yeah, you need to. That's what I was going to ask you. It's like if you did the 3 days before where you were kind of like moderate. Like for me, they actually had me do like a couple things the day, like a saline. I drank saline like to
Oh,
get stuff out. So I had to do that a couple days
I didn't do
before.
that, but I did low
So you're
fiber
good. I
on
mean,
Sunday. I did low fiber yesterday. I was just terrified to eat anything because every time I Googled something, I know I could have chicken and mashed potatoes, whatever, but I didn't have that. And I didn't have anything for lunch. So yesterday, literally, I just was like, I had a yogurt and I came home and I went and bought some white bread because I don't eat white food. So I went and bought some white bread and I was going to have like avocado toast. But then I went, oh, wait, is avocado? And I Googled it and I was like, hey, Siri, is avocado, low fiber? And Siri said, avocado is an amazing source of fiber. I was like, damn it. So I just had like
right.
white toast with
But even
butter.
still, it's mushy. It's not this. It's more soluble.
Yeah, whatever. I didn't eat it. I was afraid. So
Yeah. No,
and
you'll
then
be
for dinner,
fine.
I just had like
So
eggs and
listen.
potatoes. So I didn't really, I think I'm going to be
Yeah.
good. I just am hoping that I'm not like cramping.
You're gonna be fine. Now, don't trust a fart. Once you start the drinking the stuff,
Well, my
do
dude was
not
like, he
trust a
dropped his
fart.
car off to be, serviced. And then he said, we'll have to, I said, when's it going to be ready? He said, probably tomorrow. And I'm like, once I drink the poop juice, I'm not leaving. You're going to have to take an Uber to go get your car because I'm not leaving the house.
right?
I can't be trusted. I can't
You'll
be
be
trusted
fine.
to be away from a toilet.
So, is it they have you? There's one that I had. Are you mixing it in something and drinking that, or are you drinking a little bottle
No,
of something?
he showed me you put it in a cup, you pour it in a cup, and then you fill the rest of the cup up to the line with water. And then he said, stick it in the fridge for like an hour. He said, do that at 2, stick it in the fridge for an hour, and then drink it at 3. And then I read somewhere that if you drink it slower, the cramping isn't as bad. Like if you drink it fast, you cramp more. But if the drink it slow, I don't know if that's true or not.
I think for what you've been eating, I think you're going to be fine. And at the same time, though, really, really, really drink as much water as you can.
Yeah.
That will help with any cramping. I haven't had it don't be afraid about the cramping. I haven't had much cramping, and I
Yeah.
have issues, and I didn't have much cramping the last several ones because of the prep that they gave me, which was I had to drink a container of something and then follow that by 6 cups of
Oh.
water. But the more water you drink, the better it is for you. Just keep drinking, and again, not guzzling. Just through the course of like after you do your 2:30 or 3 o'clock thing, just continually keep
Okay.
drinking liquid so that you don't get dehydrated. All right, well, there you go. This is a worldwide
Whee!
PSA for colonoscopy prepping. You can always send me a
I will.
message, and I'll be happy to answer all colonoscopy questions. Of course, I am not a medical doctor, but I have
We are
played one on
all
TV.
things poop
So
here all the time. No matter what happens, all of our shows manage to
it always comes
come
back
back
to
to poop.
poop.
I don't know what's wrong with us.
I really don't have any answer for that. Okay. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We will look forward to seeing you next time.
Bye.
Bye.